G'day trainers and welcome back to the PokéDex, the series where we're going to take an in-depth look at every single Pokemon one by one. Today we're looking at number 002, Ivysaur, following on from last week's episode of Bulbasaur. But before we jump into that, I do want to remind everyone of the special we're running on the channel, and that is to get yourself a free delivered copy of Pokemon Scarlet or Pokemon Violet straight to your mailing address. Keep watching to the end of the video to find out how. Ivysaur, the seed Pokemon, is the evolved form of Bulbasaur and the pre-evolved form of Venusaur. These glorious and beautiful creatures can primarily be found within the Kanto region, however, it's not impossible to find them throughout the entire Pokemon world. With some exceptions, of course. This soon-to-be giant is a must-have if you are travelling the Kanto region. Partnering with an Ivysaur will provide untold benefits and help make life, or even the gym challenge, a much more manageable experience. Ivysaur is number 002 in the National Dex as well as the Kanto PokéDex. Just like Bulbasaur, Ivysaur is a dual-type Pokemon with their primary type being Grass and secondary type being Poison. Ivysaur will have the ability Overgrow, which simply increases the damage of Grass-type moves if you have low HP remaining. They can also have the hidden ability Chlorophyll, which will double the Pokemon's speed if it's in battle with a harsh sunlight bearing down. Again, identically to Bulbasaur, Ivysaur has no immunity to any other Pokemon typing, but does have a few they're resistant to. Fire, Water, Electric, and Fairy type moves will only do half damage, while Grass type moves will do quarter damage. There are 4 types that Bulbasaur is weak to, and they are Flying, Fire, Psychic, and Ice type moves. All other moves damage normally. The 2 most powerful moves that an Ivysaur can naturally learn once it evolves are Double Edge, a normal physical type attack which boasts an attack power of 120 with 100% accuracy, which they learn upon reaching level 45, and Solar Beam, a grass type special attack which has an attack power of 120 and an accuracy of 100%, which they can learn once they reach level 50. The most powerful technique an Ivysaur can learn is Leaf Storm, which can be taught through the application of TR-71. This brutal attack is a grass type special attack and has a whopping 130 attack power, but only 90% accuracy. For all the Pokemon breeders out there, you are able to breed a Bulbasaur which can hatch with the egg move Skull Bash. This move is a normal type physical attack with a power of 130 and accuracy of 100%. To do this, one of the Bulbasaur's parents must be either a Squirtle, Wartortle, Blastoise, or Avalugg. And just like with Bulbasaur, there is an 87.5% chance that Ivysaur will be a male, and only a 12.5% chance that it will be female. Being somewhat rarer Pokemon, they can also be more difficult to catch. They have got a base catch rate of 11.9%, meaning that if you were to throw a plain old Pokeball at one, you'd have an 89.1% chance of it breaking out. Interestingly enough, this means that Ivysaur is no harder to catch than Bulbasaur. I, for one, am personally interested to see if Venusaur is the same in the next video. When it comes to training, Ivysaur are relatively slow levelers, which means you will need to invest more time in training and battling with your new partner. Of course, we know that there is definitely a big payoff once it finally evolves into its final form. They are a part of 2 separate egg groups, being the grass and monster groups, and on average, once you are carrying a Bulbasaur Poké-Egg, you'll need to travel roughly 5,200 steps, or 3.8 kilometers for the average height of a human male. On average, Ivysaur weigh 13 kilos, or 28.7 pounds, and are roughly 1 meter tall, or 3 feet 3 inches. Ivysaur is the middle evolution, and will first evolve from Bulbasaur at level 16, and then into the mighty Venusaur at level 32. Ivysaur are quadrupeds, meaning they walk on all 4s. They have blue-green skin with darker green patches covering their body. They have pointed ears on the top of their heads and sharp red eyes. They have a rounded snout, a word I have just realised that I don't like, and I'll try to say as little as possible and just refer to it as a nose or a mouth moving forward. Ivysaur have 2 pointed teeth, one on each side of its mouth. These fang-like teeth are visible even when the Pokemon has its mouth closed. Each of its feet have 3 very sharp claws on them. The small bulb it had on its back as a little Bulbasaur has begun to bloom. Where there was a small green bulb, there was now a large pink bud. It is sitting atop of a small brown trunk-like base with larger green leaves sprouting from there. Under this growth, there are still two very powerful, independently controlled vines. The sheer weight of the plant on its back prevents any high-speed movement, so this Pokemon is definitely more sturdy than speedy. Due to the weight that is put on Ivysaur's legs, they grow large and powerful. This is shown much more prominently once it evolves again. The flower on its back is now directly related to the evolution of Ivysaur. Once it starts to swell and put off an incredibly sweet smell, you'll know they're very close to evolving. Ivysaur will start to spend a lot more time in direct sunlight. As it approaches its final evolutionary stage, it will attempt to soak up and absorb as much sunlight as it possibly can. That's right, until it finally becomes the monstrous Venusaur. On very rare occasions, Pokemon can be born with a different colour palette. These are called shiny Pokemon. A shiny Ivysaur is a slightly paler green colour with a golden bulb on its back, instead of pink. They also have golden and orange eyes instead of red. Not as much is known of Ivysaur as we know about Bulbasaur, and this is purely because Ivysaur have been less prevalent in the series. However, we do know that they continue to be gentle, caring and proud creatures. As long as you treat an Ivysaur with the respect that they deserve, then all should be fine. Ivysaur are just as happy taking a nap in the sun as they are socializing with people or other Pokemon. They can be fierce competitors and will do all they can not to let their trainers down. There are not a lot of well-known Ivysaur throughout the series, but some notable Ivysaur trainers are May, who we first see meet her Bulbasaur in the Forbidden Forest in the Hoenn region. However, her Ivysaur is never shown. We know that Bulbasaur did eventually evolve, as when we next meet May, her cute little Bulbasaur is now a truly ferocious Venusaur. Shauna's Ivysaur? Just like with May, we know Shauna had an Ivysaur for some time, as we are shown that she now has a massive Venusaur partner. And Red's Ivysaur. Red also had an Ivysaur for a short while. This Pokemon, like most of Red's, was nicknamed, not fairly cleverly, but still, a nickname is a nickname. Red named his Saur. Red had Saur from his first trip to Celadon City, where his Bulbasaur first evolved, up until he battled the legendary bird hybrid at Silphco, where it evolved into Venusaur. But that's about it for notable Ivysaur or Ivysaur trainers. Like I said, not a lot of screen time. Ivysaur love to spend their time in plains and open fields. This way they're constantly in direct sunlight, and they are growing more and more powerful with each ray absorbed. They seem to be highly populated throughout Kanto and Hoenn, as we were able to visit 2 colonies of them over the 2 regions, and they both had many dozens of Bulbasaur and Ivysaur there. And there you have it, trainers, everything we know about Ivysaur. Now I know there's not as much as there is about a Bulbasaur or a Venusaur, but still, this wonderful little creature deserves just as much admiration and respect. Let me know down below what your favourite Ivysaur moment was. Again, it can be anime, manga, or even one of the playthroughs of your games. Let me know. And, of course, for those that are looking to enter the free giveaway for Pokemon Scarlet or Violet, all you need to do is be subscribed to this channel, like this video, and leave a comment down below of who your starter Pokemon is going to be. Will it be Sprigatito, Fuecoco, or Quaxley? And if you want a second entry, head on over to the Pokeboy Twitter page, follow and at me the same thing. Who's going to be your starter Pokemon for Generation 9? Again, I'll leave the links on screen and in the description below. Good luck, trainers.